So the Hawk Tuah girl might be facing legal trouble here in 2024 over a meme coin. And that is a sentence that I never thought I would say in my entire life. So by now, most of you obviously know who Hailey Welch is, the Hawk Tuah girl who rose to a very weirdly rapid fame over a viral video in which she used the phrase Hawk Tuah. And a lot of people, including myself, have speculated that she is some sort of industry plant. And basically what that is an individual who's being pushed very heavily by some sort of agency or a backing to basically force them into fame. And a lot of people have debated, whether or not she might be an industry plant. She has grown to have a podcast, which has become massive. And again, it's not even a hating statement to say industry plant. It's just a notice that her rise has been just very weird, very fast, and very aggressive. And now because of this coin Hawk, which has been created by Hailey and her team, I now believe even stronger than ever that she is being pushed very heavily by somebody. So a couple weeks ago, Hailey and her team announced that they were going to be launching a coin called Hawk. And, this is something that it seems like has just become an influencer thing to do. They get into these coins, which seem to inevitably lead themselves to these controversies and these scams. And I'm surprised that people invest in these coins, especially one called Hawk by the Hawk Tuah girl, right? But they said they were going to do this coin. And on, I believe, December 4th, which was about 2 weeks ago from the recording of this video, they officially launched the coin. And what ended up happening is that very quickly, the coin skyrocketed to $500 million in market cap shortly after the launch, due to obviously the virality of who Hailey Welch is, due to her platform. And so the coin absolutely just went to the moon, right? But then within just a couple of minutes from the skyrocket, the coin absolutely crashed. So the coin went down by a value of 88%, dropping to 60 million in market cap from the previous mark, which was 500 million. And this led people to very quickly, jump on Hailey and her team and call out what is classically known now as a pump and dump. And she's even now being accused of a rug pull. So very quickly, people sort of started to figure out what was going on behind the scenes. And obviously, for the purposes of this video, I have to say that a lot of these are allegations, because there are literal lawsuits going on right now across all of this. And so I have to just kind of cover my own basis and say that these are allegations. It's an ongoing legal matter. But people were pretty quick to accuse her of doing what, again, most influencers do, and it's now called a pump and dump scheme or rug pulling. And the gist of what is going on, or what she's being accused of, is essentially market manipulation, insider trading, creating a coin, and basically having very few people concentrated holding most of the coins that are in circulation. And they pump the coin up, they hype it up, and they want everyone to buy it. And then as the value skyrockets, they get those few people who have large holdings in this coin to sell off, which decreases the value of the coin. And then everyone loses their investment. Again, very quickly after this, pretty much everyone was jumping all over Hailey and her team. I think she went into an X space with CoffeeZilla and a few others where they were sort of grilling her over the matter. And I didn't listen to the space personally, but I know at the end she said something like, "I'll see you guys tomorrow."
Curious, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But
Yeah.
anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Curious.
And she hasn't been seen since. And I think that was a couple weeks ago. So, again, from my perspective, I don't think Hailey Welch is an individual who's going to just rise to fame and then say all of a sudden, let's create a coin. I don't think that's going to be something she's going to do. I think that there are people around her. I think there's a team around her who's been controlling her since the beginning. Or at least especially since she's become, relatively famous on the internet. And I think that a team basically went to her and said, look, this is what we're going to do. You're going to make a lot of money. It's all going to be fine. And she probably just agreed to it. And again, I don't mean this as like any type of insult against Hailey. Obviously, I don't know her, but I just don't think she would have the means or resources to do something like this on her own. I don't think most people would, obviously, or have the knowledge of how to create a coin and things of this nature. And so, I think she's been caught off guard by a very scammy team. And I'm not absolving her of being a part of this because she clearly was a big part of this. But this obviously doesn't look good, right? And so there's a headline today that says legal action against Hawk Tuah meme coin post 95% crash. And so what I'm assuming is going on now is that there's a lot of damage control. I'm sure a ton of lawyers coming together discussing the matter and trying to cover their butts. But the blockchain doesn't lie. So everything is available to be read and to be seen, available on the blockchain. And blockchain technology offers a transparent ledger of all transactions. So every token transfer, including the movement of the Hawk tokens, is recorded on the blockchain. And this means that every sale or transfer of the tokens by Hailey Welch's team can be traced and analyzed. In the case of the Hawk coin that we have here, the blockchain data showed that a significant portion of the tokens, roughly 95-96% of the supply, was held by just 10 addresses at the time of the launch, suggesting a concentrated control which could facilitate manipulation. Again, all of these are allegations. I say that very clearly, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Hailey, for her team. I will say very quickly that if you are someone that put any significant portion of your money into a meme coin, especially a Hawk coin created by the Hawk Tuah girl, then I greatly would doubt or trust your ability to make wise financial decisions, because this clearly seems like something that is a bad investment to begin with. But then there's also the component where it seems like every influencer nowadays wants to get into the pump and dump, the rug pull scheme of some random coin that they promote, and then they want it to skyrocket. They want all the large holders to pull out their circulation. It's just something that seems like we've seen time and time again in the past few years. And so I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know what Hailey's going to do, but I mean, can you imagine if she goes from a nobody to viral video to massive fame with a podcast and everything to crashing down in legal matters and potentially facing jail time over this? That would be a very wild character arc to have within such a short period of time. Within 1 year, I think that's when all the viral video stuff started. But hey, I'm going to be really honest from my end. I'm glad that there's legal action being taken here because I think all this stuff is terrible. I'm someone who actually studied computer science in school. I've studied a little bit of blockchain technology. I think it's very fascinating. But what these influencers are doing with these coins, I think should be legally, taken care of if they're doing something that is illegal. And I think that people should be made more aware that these scams are out there and that they shouldn't be involved in them, So we'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I always like hearing from you guys. I stepped away from YouTube for a little bit to take care of life. I had some final exams in some of my classes, which I did pretty well in on most of them. So it's good to be back, but please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm still trying to hit 500 subscribers as quick as I can because I'm trying to get verified on YouTube. But I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.